congressional staffers taking over our Washington bureau.
Education and transportation have to come together.
Caplin News is live in D.C. The Dolphins, with a slow start at home, in danger of losing more than just the game. A little extra security for man's best friend.
Veterinary costs can be really, really expensive.
A closer look at pet insurance. And TV history repeats itself.
We're one of the hottest places to live, not literally, but also people want to live here.
With a Miami Vice comeback 4 decades in the making. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Benjamin Cure. And I'm Dylan Pazet. Today is Friday, September 13th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Moving forward, transportation. Transportation was the subject of a discussion at the FIU and D.C. offices in Washington yesterday, with visitors including a United States Congresswoman. Caplin News D.C. reporter Bureau Grecia Pacheco was there and now joins us live. Grecia, what do you have for us?
This Wednesday here at the Pennsylvania Building, FIU in D.C., Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, and the rail company CSX gathered together to discuss possibilities in technologies between students and the industries. FIU professor Dr. Jason Liu, an expert in computer science, explained the innovative potential of merging students with major transportation companies.
And the technologies actually be able to empower people to solve problems. So we're talking about today some of the problems are using the new technology being developed. That's what we're hoping for.
Dr. Liu was also joined by Dr. Ankita Prakash of FIU Transportation Center, who shared the new campaign called
you see
Panther
some of the trending
X.
topics like artificial intelligence and all that stuff, but when it comes to the field, like how does it apply to civil engineering or say bridges, for example? How do you apply AI?
CSX Executive Vice President Diana Sorflet shared the industry view on these collaborative
It's
events.
important not only for our companies to have the insights and knowledge and the energy and the ideas from the students, but it's also about how the students learn from the companies in terms of our expectations.
U.S. data says that 1 of 10 of the U.S. labor force works in the transportation industry, which means an estimate of 60 million people, an industry that is expected to grow every year. The evening ended with the reception on the rooftop hosted by Congresswoman Frederica Wilson from Florida District 24, collaborating with FIU and CSX to support career opportunities for students.
So education and transportation have to come together as we move forward to help the next generation.
Experts, professors, and public officials continue to encourage students to pursue STEM careers, saying that technology is growing faster in industries like artificial intelligence and renewable energy, offering strong job opportunities in areas that are key to the future of our economy. Reporting for Caplin News in Washington, D.C., Grecia Pacheco.
On Throwback Night, Dolphins fans got a case of deja vu back to the 2022 season. Things took a devastating turn last night, and what was supposed to be the Dolphins' chance to prove themselves against their arch rival, in-division rival, the Buffalo Bills. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa suffered a concussion in the third quarter of last night's game. This isn't the first time this has happened either. The same injury took him out for the season over 2 years ago. Although Tua was able to walk off the field, it's still unclear how this will affect the rest of his season, and more importantly, his career as an NFL quarterback. The Dolphins did lose the game. The final score came in at Buffalo 31, Dolphins 10. Hurricane Francine made landfall Wednesday. Now residents along the Gulf Coast are taking stock of the damage. As CNN's Michael Yoshida reports, the storm is still dumping rain as it moves inland.
Utility crews worked to restore power in New Orleans Thursday. Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses are without power in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama after wind and fallen trees ripped down power lines. In Houma, Louisiana, Francine's winds were so strong, the roof of this flea market was torn off.
Well, it's certainly worse than we anticipated.
It was something else.
At a press conference Thursday, New Orleans city officials touted the response of most residents.
You just did what we asked you to do.
After Francine hit Wednesday evening, it dumped more than a month's worth of rain on New Orleans within hours, causing a rare flash flood emergency. One man who was out on the road got stuck in a truck when floodwaters began to overtake his vehicle. Thankfully, A nearby nurse sprang into action.
I just made a game time decision and said, I'll be right back. Went and grabbed the hammer at my house and just went in there and broke the window and got him out of there.
Not only did Francine make traveling dangerous, the water rushed into homes. The Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office said they pulled 26 residents, many from their flooded homes Wednesday night. Thursday, residents faced with the daunting task of the cleanup. In New Orleans, Louisiana, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
This morning, a Florida teen who was previously linked to his father's death is behind bars for allegedly murdering his own mother. Polk County police say a 17-year-old named Colin Griffith called 911 on Sunday claiming his mother fell on a knife, but witnesses say otherwise. They saw him drag her by the hair, and a 12-inch knife was found at the scene. Griffith faces first-degree murder charges, and police want him tried as an adult.
There were witnesses outside the mobile home that actually saw Colin drag his mother into the house by the hair on her head. When I look at him, I see a psychopath.
He was previously charged with killing his own father last year on Valentine's Day, but the charge was dropped after claims of self-defense.
After 4 long years, a shot at justice for a young victim near Sarasota. Back in 2020, a priest allegedly sexually assaulted a young boy who was chosen to remain anonymous. 4 years later, Father Leo Riley being questioned by lawyers. The case went from criminal to civil as it was thrown out in an Iowa court. The charges Riley faces are intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, negligent supervision, false imprisonment, and battery.
New reports show that abortion rates have decreased across the country after Florida's 6-week abortion ban was put in place. According to research from the Guttmacher Institute, monthly abortions in Florida dropped by more than 30%. Nationwide, monthly abortion rates were cut by 7%. This follows as the Sunshine State implementation of the ban they put back in May.
Millions of people have a 4-legged reason to mark this September on their calendars. It's National Pet Insurance Month. Caplin News' Sarah Mercedes Sharifi Adizi Medina reports on the price of peace of mind when it comes to paying for your pet's health.
There are plenty of times in life when a pet is priceless, until that priceless moment carries a cost.
Pet surgeries and pet veterinary costs can be really, really expensive.
Lending Tree Chief Credit Analyst Matt Scholl says what heals your pet can harm your budget. One option to hedge your bets, pet insurance.
I'm here at the Westchester Veterinary Clinic to tell you that pet insurance can be a big factor in protecting your budget. In 2023, the average premium for accident and illness coverage was around $675 for dogs and $383 for cats. Of course, accident-only insurance costs less, but it will not cover major health issues such as cancer or infections, leaving pet owners with tough decisions about the coverage that's right for them.
All pet insurances are definitely not created equal, and it's absolutely worth your time to take the effort to shop around.
Another challenge, keeping your pets insured. In June, Nationwide Pet, the largest provider of its kind in the country, said it would drop about 100,000 policies by next summer to keep up with the rising vet care costs.
It makes it a really difficult decision for folks as to how to spend that money and what to do in place of that insurance.
Inflation means it's more important than ever to look down the road and anticipate what could go wrong, because unconditional love can end up being pretty pricey when it comes to our pets. It's Sarah Mercedes Sharifi Medina, Caplin News.
The Marlins look for a win in the nation's capital.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
And as we look now, I mean, we're one of the hottest places to live, not literally, but also people want to live here.
An event dedicated to a show that put the Miami PD on the map over 4 decades ago. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
A TV tribute in South Florida for a show that brought the nation's attention to Miami Beach. The celebration was for the 40th anniversary of Miami Vice.
As Caplin's Emma Alonso reports, the festivities continues all weekend long.
It was just 40 years ago that the cult classic Miami Vice aired in 1984, an American crime drama series following Sonny Crockett and Rico Tubbs, who were undercover Metro-Dade police detectives.
The iconic hot pink and aquamarine is making a comeback for the Miami Vice 40th anniversary here in Miami Beach. Fans will be able to visit iconic filming locations, meet and greet with some of the cast, and even visit the new Miami Vice Museum. And we have a first look on what fans can expect to see this weekend.
The hit 80s show was known for its usage of color, its Art Deco architecture, fashion, fast cars, and boats, but most importantly, bringing Miami Beach alive once more.
I think we can single-handedly thank the show for all the recruitment numbers that went up because of the show at that time.
And with that, cast and crew are reuniting again for a weekend of events to commemorate the 40th anniversary, and special fans have the opportunity to join them with guided bus tours, or if they want to get up close and personal with their favorite cops or bad guys, dinners hosted by Olivia Brown, Edward James Olmos, and Sandra Santiago for $185 per person for a 3-course meal. Miami Beach Mayor Stephen Maynard opened up the weekend of fun with an official proclamation that September 12th was Miami Vice Day.
Hereby proclaim September 12th, 2024 as Miami Vice Day.
The mayor also emphasized how important Miami Vice is to Miami Beach, with the show giving the city the opportunity 40 years ago to turn into its busy nightlife that it is today.
And as we look now, I mean, we're one of the hottest places to live, not literally, but also people want to live here. And a big part of it was set 4 decades ago with this show.
The Miami Vice anniversary celebration is happening all weekend long. You can get your tickets at MiamiViceEvents.com. I'm Emma Alonso for Caplin News.
After a rough outing for the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium, the Marlins avenged Miami on Thursday night. The Fish took on the Nationals in Washington, D.C. in their first of a 4-game series. Jake Berger had 3 hits, Jonah Bright and Connor Norby had 2 RBIs each, and the Marlins scored 3 unearned runs off of 3 errors. The final score was Marlins 6, Nationals 3. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father.
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
And discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Dylan Pizzay.
I'm Benjamin Cure. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.